There is some home invasion prevention tips that can actually help a lot of us in the greater West Bloomfield area. And Orchard Lake Police Department is also offering free security assessments for residences and businesses. So it's called the Lock It Up campaign, which encourages Orchard Lake residents to adopt a nightly safety routine to prevent larceny and improve community security. There has recently been a rise in larceny from auto incidents has been reported in Orchard Lake and surrounding areas, prompting the campaign's launch. So giving us a little bit more information and those safety tips, joining us right here live on The Splash from the Orchard Lake Police Department, we have Officer David McNealy. Thank you for being here, Officer McNealy.
Hi, everybody. How you doing today?
Doing just fine. We appreciate you for taking the time to be here. The Lock It Up campaign, let's just start there. What inspired this initiative, this campaign to kick off in the first place?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to my Chief of Police, Gomez, and Mayor and City Council for wanting to get the message out to our community and a greater area around us. What inspires us to start this campaign, we want to be a proactive police department versus a reactive police department. So getting the message out to our residents is very important in terms of locking up your vehicles, securing your belongings, and not leaving them in your vehicles at night.
How has the community responded to this campaign so far? Since it's been, I believe it's been going on for quite some time now. What has the response been?
Well, I can see the response as a patrol officer because that's my function, and I work patrol from 7 at night to 7 in the morning. We're getting more phone calls about suspicious vehicles or suspicious persons in the area, which is great, along with people letting us know if they see somebody suspicious out of the area. So it appears to be working along the conjunction with our police department and area agencies that are trying to get the message out for residents to secure their vehicles just by simply hitting your clicker and locking your door.
Yes, exactly. Just those simple things, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, it can make it that much harder for someone to do something, to commit that type of crime or theft. With that being said, in your investigations and your experience, are you seeing any trends or patterns with these recent home invasion and larceny incidents around the Oakland and Orchard Lake community?
So it's a great question, and thank you for asking it. The trends and patterns that we're seeing, information is shared from the Oakland County Sheriff's Office to surrounding police departments like ours, like West Bloomfield, et cetera. So the trends have been evening home invasions between 7 and 9 p.m., usually when folks are going out for a dinner. And the key thing is to lock your home, secure your home, make sure you're using your alarm actively in your camera system if you have those things, and have a good relationship, hopefully, with your neighbors. If they see a vehicle that's strange, or you see somebody in your backyard, buy a camera, your alarm system, etc., to alert the authorities, alert the police department as soon as possible.
Yes, and I do want to speak on that a little bit more in regards to incorporating technology. But with us right here live on The Splash from the Orchard Lake Police Department, we have Officer David McNealy talking about home invasion prevention and also the free security assessments, which we will break down also. So going back to the technology part of it. Technology, cameras, home security, it's starting to grow a lot more often. We're starting to see that in more homes, home surveillance systems. Can you just talk about how technology plays a critical role, not only in crime prevention, but also with the police department actually helping to solve some of these crimes?
So it starts from A to Z. So just an example, there's been a trend of home invasions in the city of Novi. Thankfully, the resident in Novi had his camera system and saw some subjects in his backyard that he didn't obviously recognize to be his neighbors or workers, etc. And he called the police department, and one of the subjects was able to be captured, thankfully, due to the technology in his video camera system. So I implore everyone that if you have a system, turn it on, make sure you're using it, let your neighbors know. Example, our city, we do what's called a vacation home check, right? You can contact the police department and fill out a form. You can do it online. You can call us, and we will patrol your home while you're away on vacation. Those are things that you can incorporate, just an old-fashioned style, picking up the phone, all the way to your video camera system or your alarm system. All those things need to be done in order for us to be proactive instead of reactive to these type of incidents.
Right, exactly. And we want to applaud you all for offering those types of services to the community. That's exactly what we actually like to see from our enforcement around our community. With that being said, I want to go back to the free security assessment for
Sure.
residents and businesses. Can you explain a little bit more about this and how it's actually the steps to it?
Sure. So I'm a police officer, but I'm specially trained. I'm a crime prevention specialist, and I'm also what's called a security survey specialist, which means I've gone to the specific training, along with being a law enforcement officer, to come to your home, assess your home, and check your alarm system, check your camera system, check your lighting, the insides of your home, your windows, your doors, etc. And I can make an assessment. I'll do an assessment for it. Then I give you an evaluation and make recommendations for your home as far as security. So it's something that I recommend all residents do, from the newer homes to the older homes. The trend, again, for homes of wealthier communities like ours, because they know we feel safe. That being said, to make yourself safe, you can install alarm systems, camera systems, etc. Those things need to be updated, along with having a survey of your home to make a good judgment on if your home is safe from the roadway all the way up to your doorway.
Yes. Yes, and we love that. We love that essentially that you all are offering that, and I'm glad that we are a platform to put the word out there that you
Sure,
all are
no, it's
offering
great.
those services. Yes.
It's really good. It allows us. It allows us to be a proactive police department.
Mm-hmm.
Orchard Lake tries to be a proactive police department. You'll see our patrol cars in our subdivisions quite a bit, and we're not in there to so much write a ticket in there. We're in there to try to prevent crime.
Yeah.
So you'll see us a lot of times inside the subdivisions, because we want our residents, one, to feel safe, and we want criminals not to feel safe in our community. We don't want them in Orchard Lake. We don't want them in our surrounding area. So we're going to be heavily saturated in our subdivisions.
And that brings up a good question. With that being said, with us right here live on the Splash from the Orchard Lake Police Department, Officer David McNealy, just talking about the free security assessments and home invasion tips and how to be proactive to those. With that being said, of being proactive, are there any examples that you can give us of suspicious activities that residents should be aware of in their community?
So it's going to be something just as simple as, just if you see, you should know your neighbors. You should know your neighbors' cars. You should know their children's cars. If you see something in the area, call us. Let us be the ones that say, no, ma'am or sir, that's your neighbor's son, or that's your neighbor's friend over visiting. Let us make that determination. We're trained to do that. We would rather you call us. A lot of times our residents feel like they don't want to bother us. Well, if you don't let us know that something suspicious or a vehicle's been in your area, in your subdivision for 3 or 4 days in a row, well, that car could be one of the potential home invaders watching your home. So let us check that person out. I implore everybody, if you see something suspicious, call the police department, have an officer sent over, let us make the determination. We'll reach back out to you and let you know, hey, that was a pizza delivery guy, or it was an Uber Eats guy, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let us do that. Let us do our job. Help us help you. Help us keep you safe.
No, that's a great point, which is why we have you here, to put all of that into perspective from your personal experience also, and
Sure.
we appreciate that.
Of course.
One or two more questions for you, officer, if you don't mind. How does the Orchard Lake Police Department plan to measure the effectiveness of this Lock It Up campaign?
So I'm gonna break it down like this. First of all, my administration will categorize all these different statistics from last year into this year. It may take a few months to do that, but one of the quick measuring sticks is the lack of larceny from vehicles, which is, it's called an LFA, a larceny from auto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, larceny from auto. We can measure those things, or measure home invasions, just by simply running statistics from the year before, and see and measure that up. And then we have a way to measure our what we call subdivision checks, vacation home checks,
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature, so we can check up against those numbers, and that's how we'll be able to tell if it's being effective. Right now, I can tell you it has been very effective. And I guarantee you our residents will tell you they see us in the subdivisions a lot because we're being proactive instead of reactive.
Yes.
Being a reactive police department puts us behind the 8 ball, and that's not a good place. We want to be proactive, and that's what our mission is at Orchard Lake.
No, absolutely. And you are giving out those great nuggets and great information, like I said, that everyone needs to be aware of. We appreciate everything that you and the Department of Orchard Lake Police Department is doing for our safety. Any additional words, messages for the community as we continue to go throughout the season to be proactive from home invasions, I should say?
Well, this is also porch pirate time because of the holiday season. So I'm just going to ask our residents in the greater area, Orchard Lake, as well as the West Bloomfield greater area, to have your packages delivered when somebody's home. Have them delivered to a neighbor's house. Have them delivered to work even. Have them delivered to the police department. You can always have things like that done. Try not to have packages sitting on your porch overnight. A lot of times I'll drive through a subdivision and I'll see packages on someone's porch at night, and I make a note on my activity log, packages on the porch at this time, so that if something were to happen, at least I would know a time frame approximately. But the way to have that done is just to simply put the packages inside, pull them inside, or if you know they're being delivered in the evening, don't leave them outside. We can only be one place at a time, and sometimes if we're at another part of the city, if your package is being delivered and they're kept overnight, that makes you potentially a victim, and we don't want you to be a victim.
Let me tell you something that you did say that I didn't even think about that. I hope our audience took away. Getting your packages delivered to the police station, probably one of the safest moves that I heard you say right there. So
you can have that done or have it delivered to the front door of the police department. There are options that you can do, right? You can have your packages delivered to a neighbor, right? Somebody that's always home. There's different things that you can do. Just try not to leave the packages overnight. That's what we encourage you not to leave them overnight.
Yes, absolutely. Make it less easy for anyone who could potentially be a suspect. We want to thank you so much again for your time. Once again, from the Orchard Lake Police Department, Officer David McNealy, we appreciate your time, sir.
All right. Happy holidays, everyone.